Hiya, and thank you so much for taking the time to actually watch my video. This video is going to be about OCD and about the foods that you should perhaps eat to actually, if you like, eat yourself better. Um, I must admit, I've been doing a bit of research on this, and I'm still, if you like, a little bit skeptical as to the if you like, the science behind this. There seems to be a great deal of articles written on this, which obviously are written by a lot of professional people. So you would hope that they carry some weight, if you like, or some truth. Um, if you search on YouTube for the best foods to eat with regards helping your body to create serotonin, which is obviously the one of the main hormones or things in your mind that obviously make your brain work properly. There's loads of different videos on this, and what I suggest you do is look at this, if you like, as just another weapon in your arsenal. Don't be totally don't be totally dependent on, if you like, the foods that you eat to actually make you feel better. I think obviously there's got to be something in it, that obviously eating good foods that are rich in different nutrients, and obviously eating, like they talk about eating walnuts and bananas and fish oils, vitamin B6, B12, all these different things. Obviously they're good for you, but they're not just good for your mind. They're good for your whole body. So I think you need to really, if you like, do what I'm doing now, and that's trying to take my diet a little bit more seriously. Of late, I've been having pasta with like tuna and like mayonnaise, and because obviously fish is supposed to be good. It's good for your brain, and obviously eating walnuts. I eat a lot of nuts anyway. So do some research. This video is not going to be all about the different foods to eat, but search on YouTube for some videos which are, if you like, specifically for people who have got a mental illness, and what, obviously what the best foods to eat are, because I do believe that this is a factor, if you like. I do honestly believe that. But I also believe in the other things that you should be looking at to improve your mind. You're exercising, doing a bit of walking every day, keeping your mind busy. Do you know what I mean? Doing things that make you laugh, listening to inspirational music, brain training, all these different things I think are things that you need to do. And for me, taking medication, obviously prescribed medication, you need to tackle this from every direction, if you like. And don't wait until, if you've only got mild OCD, don't wait if you feel that it's getting worse. Don't wait for it to be at its peak. Go and get help. Go and get help right away. But I just thought I'd do this little video, if you like, about your diet. Yeah. It's a fact. It's, if you eat properly, they say that you are what you eat, and I do believe that. Just without having intrusive thoughts or anything like that, just in yourself. If you're overweight, if you're not eating properly, that's going to lead to tiredness. And I know for me that is a factor. I know I listened to an article years ago, and they said that obviously if you're tired and if you don't get the right amount of sleep, this will fuel your intrusive thoughts, because your mind cannot cope with them, and you're basically running yourself down. So all these things, if you um, all these things are, if you like, so important. Your diet, prescribed medication, the proper amount of sleep, water intake, eating, vitamins and minerals. You need to do all this, and this is what I'm doing now. as I'm making this video, it's on the run up till Christmas, and I have told myself I'm not going to make a pig of myself over Christmas. I'm just not going to do it because I know I'm going to regret it. I don't. I'm lucky that I don't drink. I don't drink hardly at all. If I have 5 cans of beer over Christmas, it'll be 5 more than what I normally have. I just don't drink hardly at all now. But I just think that you need to go at this from every direction. Don't just think that you're going to take. Don't just think you're going to take a tablet and you're going to get better. Don't just think that you're going to, eat certain vitamins and minerals and you're going to get better. I believe that you need to, go at this in every direction. And if you watch my other videos, you'll know I talk about daylight. For me, this is a definite factor in in my OCD. Lack of daylight, and not just light. It's got to be the rays from the sun. You get, I think it's vitamin B, but I know it's crazy how this sunlight hitting your skin is giving you more of what you need, and it's proven. You've only got to look at countries that have that are in the dark. I mentioned it in another video, Finland. They're in the dark. It's one of the darkest countries on the. I think it is the darkest country on the planet, and because of that, they've got a very high suicide rate. People are getting depressed because it's always night. Well, it seems like it's always night. So again, there's lamps you can get where you look at this lamp and it gives you daylight. Is it a psychological thing? Is it? I just don't know. My knowledge of the experience in daylight is that when you're looking at light or sunlight, there's something in your brain that actually tells your body to wake up. That's why in the morning they say, if you've got depression, get up and get out of bed and open the window and look and be in the sunlight. Not just because this sunlight, this stuff, the sun hitting your skin, but just because the light is going into your eyes and that is creating a chemical reaction in your brain to get up, get out of bed, and get ready for work. Yeah. So obviously, this again is something else. If like me and you struggle at Christmas, because I do, I don't know, I look at my eyes now, I just feel tired. I just getting near Christmas. I just go downhill. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's the OCD, but what I mean is, there's all these things, these guns, if you like, that we can fire at it and try and make ourselves feel better. If I had money now, if I had money and I could afford to, I'd go and have a month in the sun. That's what I'd do now, because I know it'd make me feel better. I know it'd make me feel better, but obviously you need to have money. You need to have money to be able to do that, or a smaller mortgage. But at the end of the day, all these things, the idea of this video is to get you to thinking it ain't just your diet. I'm going to title this video, that's probably how you found it, about OCD and obviously what to eat. But it's really trying to get you to realise that it ain't just what you eat. It's going to be a lot of different things. You could compare it to somebody who's got diabetes, and they obviously put the person on insulin. They do a weight. They do something to reduce their weight, to reduce their sugar intake. They try and tackle the illness in every direction, because then you're obviously you stand more chance of recovery, or obviously reducing it to a milder form. So just think about think about all these things. If you've got OCD, if you're like me at the minute, I'm like I say, I'm going through a bad spell. I'm like really not that great. You kind of, I think that's the trouble as well with OCD. I know that's what happens with me. It is that I'm okay, and it's generally when I'm busy and it's in the summer and everything's going my way and everything seems to be all right. Then all of a sudden, this cloud comes over. you know, and literally in my case, the winter comes and you know the night's drawing, and before you know it, it's dark at 3:30, and obviously your money. In my case, my money stops coming in. It really, you know, just goes downhill completely, and then you've got all these. Yeah, my wife. I was just chatting to my wife a minute ago. She said, "Well, you know what it is. You know, you've got too much time now. Too much time to worry about all the things that you know that you are worried about. Yeah, you know, if you've got a person and he's got 5 or 6 worries, and then all of a sudden he's thrown into a situation, and he's got that immediate worry, them other 5 worries, they go out the window. So he's just got to deal with the anxiety that he's dealing with now, and that's what my problem is. And I'm guessing if you've got OCD, that's what your problem is. It's a culmination of all these different problems that are just leading up to a bucket of anxiety. And I just think they're going at it from every single angle, you know, approaching your illness from every single direction is going to be your best course of action. Don't just rely on your diet. Don't just rely on medication. You know, do every single thing available. Yeah, treat it like you're. I do now. I mean, like I say, I've just in the last month gone, if you like, downhill a little bit, and it's you kind of like. I said to my wife, we were chatting about it earlier, and I said to her, next Christmas I'm going to prepare for it, not prepare for my OCD, but prepare for all the worries that, if you like, Christmas brings. You know, I'm going to be, you know, if you like, budget a bit better for Christmas. I'm going to prepare in my mind better for Christmas, so it ain't a problem. Because as much as Christmas is a fantastic time, you know, like I said in my other video, Christmas for me when I had young children, yeah, I loved it. But it's still a time of worry if you're perhaps not in the situation which you desire. Yeah, so yeah, like I say, just recapping this video, just do everything you can do to combat your condition. Approach it from every single direction, and don't give up hope, because OCD, depression, you know, I'm not making light of it, but if you've had it for a long while, you'll know that it comes and goes. I was just watching a video a moment ago, a guy, and it was a brilliant, I can't think of the guy's name, it was a brilliant video. And he said, depression is like a cloud. Yeah, it comes and then it does go. And this has definitely been the case for me. You know, I'll have, you know, 6 or 7 months where, you know, I just don't, you know, like I said in another video, I even stopped taking medication. I was taking busbarone, which is like an anti-anxiety thing and that, and I stopped taking it because I was feeling fine. I was busy, I was going out, I weren't thinking about anything. You know, all the things that I'm thinking about now, to me, it just doesn't equate. But like my wife said, look at what you're doing now. You're not doing what you were doing then. Then you was out, you was busy, you was doing this, you had, you know what I mean? And this is the key. If you watch my other videos, you'll know that for me, this is the key. Yeah, occupation. Keeping yourself busy, not allowing yourself time to, I say dwell, I don't mean it nastily, because sometimes I hate it when people say to me, oh, you're dwelling on it, but I get what they're saying, that you're giving yourself time to think about your concern. But obviously, as us as OCD sufferers, they don't appreciate your your degree in your mind of attachment that you've got to this subject. They don't understand, but so, you know, don't hold it against them. It's just life. There's loads of things in life that people don't understand. You know what I mean? But yeah, just I hope you get better. I hope you do what I say though. I hope you just try and tackle it from every direction, because it will definitely help you if you approach it with all these different um, you know, bullets, if you like, you know, different ways of actually treating it, and you know, and just see how you go. perhaps keep a diary of how you feel at different times in the day and at different times of the year. And even look back on this, because that in itself is a record. Or sometimes when you're feeling really bad, like I was earlier, I said to my missus, and she said to me, you know what it is like, you're just not well at the moment, you're gonna get better, you always do. You know what I mean? I feel bad because she says to me, it's Christmas, Cole, you like it every year. And like, you think like, it kind of, it doesn't upset me because I know what she means. Yeah, I know what she means, but sometimes it's good to know, that you've obviously, you've gone into a phase, and then you're going to come out of it again. You've gone into a phase, and then you're going to come out of it again. And this video that I watched earlier, this guy, he was talking about depression, and what he was saying was, it's so true. The cloud, it comes, it stays above you. It's damaging you, it's hurting you, it's doing all the things that OCD does. But then all of a sudden, something else comes along, and you find that things ain't that bad. Something happens, someone comes round, something distracts you. Something good happens, the sun starts shining, and all of a sudden your problems don't seem so great. And I think it's good to just, if you like, reflect on that. What this guy was trying to get at in this video was trying to say to yourself, look, don't just look at now, and don't just worry about tomorrow, but look what's happened in your past. Reflect on the good things in your life. Reflect about the good things you've done. You know what I mean? It's like me, I've got OCD, and sometimes I think, I know I'm not a failure, but sometimes I think, I'm letting people down, and it worries me, and I get annoyed about it, and then I think, hold on a minute, what about all the things I have done? What about all the things I've done? How about the house I've got? What about my 2 children that I've brought up? What about my dogs that I look after? Think about what you've achieved as well. Yeah, because I think you need to reflect on what you've achieved as well, and not just on the negative. Yeah, if things ain't going great, like for me now, things ain't going that great in a minute. But I think you have still got to reflect on what you've got, and what you've achieved. Because I look at my situation, and I've achieved more than most. I've got a nice house, kids. Do you know what I mean? And like, look at what you've achieved. You might not have achieved that. You might be struggling. You might have a situation where you feel like you've not achieved a lot. But I bet you've achieved something. I bet you've achieved something. It might be that you've had a parent that's passed away, but you know that when she died, she loved you dearly. Well, that's an achievement. She obviously thought highly of you. She loved you. Yeah. So to me, that's an achievement. It's not always about money. Unfortunately, it seems that way when you ain't got a lot. But it's not always about money. You need to look at the little things in life. Look at look at what's good in your life. If tomorrow was the last day, you had on the planet, who would you spend it with? Where would you be? Would you be at work, or would you be at home with your family? You know what I mean? What would where would you be? I think so many people, I know I do, I've done it recently. The other day I was chatting to a guy, someone he knows, dropped dead, 58 years old, had a thing on his brain, he's just dead. You know what I mean? And I said to my wife, 58, we're 51. Do you know what I mean? You've got to, you've really got to, and I think that's what upsets me with depression, the fact that sometimes I feel the way I do, and I get frustrated because as much as I've got depression and this anxiety, I still at the back of my mind know how lucky I am. I still know how lucky I am to have my 2 beautiful children. I've got a beautiful wife. I've got a nice house. I've got me. I'm going to say I've got my health. I've got my health aside from the OCD. I mean, at any time, any one of us could be struck down. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Try and do more. Just try and reflect more on what I have got, and try and, if you like, think less about what I'm going through. But if you're like me and you're an OCD sufferer, you know that's not easy. I'm going to end this video here. I hope you, I don't know if you got anything out of watching this. I hope you did. If you did, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to be doing other videos on OCD and other things that affect me. I do videos on personal development as well, because I'm trying to, I think where I've got OCD, and I've been searching on YouTube for ways, if you like, to improve my overall circumstance. It's got me really interested in personal development, and that's why I've started doing a few of my own videos, because it's something that I've been looking at for years. I've been following a guy called Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins, some of the big people, and trying to aspire to these people, because they're living great lives, and it's a lot of it's all off their own back. So, it shows you that things, anything's achievable if you put your mind to it. And I think this is what we need to do. I'm going to end my video now, and I hope to see you on another one. Please like my video. If you can, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I hope to see you on another one of my videos. Thank you.